No, this is not about the Peavey Delta Blues 115, the greatest amp ever made by Peavey. It's about something even cooler, boys and girls. 1966 Stratocaster. Check her out. This is owned by a good customer of ours. He bought this, I believe, in the early 70s for $200. Let me give her a little twirl for you. He's a killer player. All of this wear is true and original. The only thing not original on this guitar are the saddles. Graphtec replaced in the 80s. The originals are in the original case. So, what I thought you guys might find interesting were a few things about this guitar and this era of guitar that you may not know. Okay? So, the biggest one is that this guitar has a 3-way selector switch. Now, I know that a lot of you guys knew that was on early Strats. Did you know that it was 23 years later in 1977 that a Strat got its first 5-way switch? Up until then, people would lodge it into the 2nd and 4th positions. There's 1, there's 3, there's 2. Okay? So, can you change that switch if you have one of these guitars? Absolutely you can. Nobody's going to hurt you or fault you for that. Keep the original parts always. If you ever replace a pot or any electronics in here, just throw the old part in the case. It's just part of the wear and tear of a guitar. Second, crazy interesting fact about Fenders, and this is important if you're having any work done. These frets, unlike the traditional hammering method, which would be me hammering from the top, were hammered into the guitar from the sides. All the way up until circa 1983, that was how Fender did their frets. Why does that matter to you? Because if you go get a fret job on your guitar and the person that's pulling those frets does not know that they were hammered in from the side and goes and, God forbid they don't use, they refuse to use heat, but if they go to pull those up, there's a good chance they're going to chip your fretboard all over the place because they need to be pushed out the same way they were pushed in. Okay, so that was some killer stuff. The other thing about this guitar that you may or may not have realized, 66 was the first year after CBS bought the company. That's the first year for the large headstock, okay? So that's a big identifier for you guys out there looking at this stuff. This is a post-CBS Strat headstock, large Strat headstock, okay? If you're ever lucky enough to play one of these, man, take good care of it. If you have any questions at all about how to take care of yours, or if you're looking at one you might want to buy, we are nerds about this stuff. This is some of my favorite stuff. I eat, sleep, and breathe vintage Fender. So come see us at Palmer Music.